Hi, welcome to my podcast, The Happy Hacker with Ambition. Today is Friday. It's a tad windy. I'm just going to put you in my pocket and hopefully you'll stay in my pocket. It's for all sorts of reasons. I haven't ridden. I'm just going to put my hat on because it's gone from being sort of like a beautiful, well, it was horrible and wet first thing this morning. Now it is, then it went to lovely and sunny, and I thought, great, I'll get a little ride out, get a little bit of practice in. And now it's gone, being a bit yucky actually, but I need to ride. And I'm sure there's lots of times when we all know that our horses are our mental health saviours, and it certainly is mine. Oops, except I can't shut the gate properly. I'm going to have to own up to Dean that I have actually, the handle's broken off that, so I'm going to have to sort that out. So, yeah, having a bit of a tough time in my personal life. And I'm sure, you know, if you've got elderly parents, you can understand it's tough seeing somebody you admired and looked up to have a tough time. And unfortunately, my poor mum has gone downhill rapidly, and it's tough. So, what have I done this week apart from cry quite a bit? Not about the horses though, I'm pleased to say. So it's been the weather has, I don't know, it's been really weird. It's been cold and everything, so I haven't actually, I'm just doing my coat up, I haven't actually done much work. So I said, I had that breakthrough moment last week with Indy. Haven't been able to ride her because I've been having to do so many other things and investigate. Gosh, is a labyrinth of things you have to find out when somebody's not quite how they used to be, and it's not easy. Sorry, I had a hair in my mouth there, pony hair, great. And what I'm also doing at the moment is just picking up the food bowls. So as I said, we went down to feeding once a day. I know it's still winter, but the grass is growing. The girls are eating so much hay, which is top quality. And I just, you know, I just don't want to, that's so muddy, that one. I don't want them getting fat. And there was a piece in this week's Horse and Hound podcast. You know me, that's the only bit of normality I've had today. Much later, bless her, Laura turned Indy out for me. And, oh, that one's fallen over. I was able to get my mum up, help her with her breakfast, and help do some few chores with her before coming down to the horses. But it was quite late, and bless her, Laura put Indy out for me. Also, I reckon I missed the worst of the rain, so that was done. So I'm doing the barrel racing on Sunday at the venue of an old chum of mine, and her children now run it, and it is rather nice. So it'll be interesting to see the difference in the training that we had with the other group to this group. Already the differences have been safety. Are we wearing the right safety hats? Have the horses been inoculated? You know, we have to sign a disclaimer on it as well. So it's actually quite encouraging that, and wipe the mud, worst of the mud off from that. That looks quite good. So I think you also have to say you control your horse. So I think, but I'll check that anyway. Hopefully I can. You never know. So I'm going to get a quick bit of training on Eek, I hope. Oh, I'm going to break that gate if I do it like that. And this is what I'm actually doing at the moment. So I'm just getting my tack out of the car. I've got Indy's tack there for later. Laura is doing an errand at the moment with her dad. And then she will be out later. And we're all going to arrive this evening. Laura rode last night, which was great. She said she felt really tired and didn't feel like it. And I went, go on! And I filmed it, and it was good. And really what I should have done was I should have ridden as well myself. But I was waiting for a phone call from the GP. And you could just guarantee it, can't you? You're going to get on your horse, the phone's going to ring, and then you're going to have to get off your horse. So I didn't ride, and I wish I had done, because it just makes you feel so much better, doesn't it? So what I'm actually going to do, we've set up some poly jumps as barrels. You know, I call them the jigsaw puzzle one. So the jigsaw puzzle jump, we've set that up, and I'm just going to warm Iki up. I'm going to catch her first, and she's looking at me. She's legging it in the other direction. Gosh, I go through this gate quite a bit, don't I? So what I'm now going to get is my hat bag. Oh, everything in my car is all in disarray. I'm going to get my hat bag. Oh, there's my Equilight. I've been looking for that. Get my hat. Catch Iki, although she might be walking around, so I don't know. Catch Iki. Get on and just warm her up first of all, then do a couple of barrel racing techniques, checking, and take her through. So Iki has been ridden. I jumped her the other day, as you know, I mentioned it on the podcast. So she has been out, so that is fine, but she's looking at me going, oh, there goes my saddle. That's not good, is it? Oh, it's stupid as well, really. Oh, right in the mud. Don't you just love it? We've done so well not having... Actually, that was lucky how it landed. So, I've got to put... Oh, yuck, right in the mud. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Just check it's all over, it's all right. Which reminds me, our... saddle fitter sent us a reminder about getting our saddles checked. She said it's been 6 months, it's time to do it. And I thought, yeah, it is. It's 6 months' time. It's time to do it. We wormed the horses. It was quite funny. Lucy kept saying to me, "Do you need a hand with Indy? Do you need a hand?" And I kept going, "No." And I looked at her and I thought, well, yeah, perhaps I do. And I did all of them. The person that was the most difficult was... Actually, I think it was Iki. She just looked at me and went, "Don't put that near me." But Indy was the easiest. But I think Indy was easy because she's got so used to me. I found, and I watched this, and it made so much sense to me. I watched a video, and it said, if you keep, when you put the wormer to the mouth, if they keep moving their head away from it, and you keep taking it away, you're actually rewarding them by taking it away. So the best thing to do is just to keep it there. And so that's what I did with, Iki's wandering away. That's what I did with Indy. And she just goes, oh, she's going to keep it. May as well get this over and done with, whatever it is. And then I can get on with eating my hay. So she gives in quite easily. Hello, Iki. Hello, my gorgeous girl. She's looking at me going, it's quite cold, Mum. Have a little treat. Oh, yeah, okay. I did a little Instagram post earlier today when I was mucking out, and I was like, sometimes that chewing on a horse, and I can't stand hearing people chew, drives me nuts, but hearing your horse just chewing the hay and eating the hay, it's quite reassuring, isn't it? Well, I found it reassuring. So, I've got a mole in the field somewhere. I've nearly finished. I really find it amazing. When Laura mucks out, Laura gets one wheelbarrow from 3 stables, and her stables look immaculate. There's never any poo lying in them, there's never even a fleck of it, and it looks perfect, pristine is what I would say. I end up with like 2 barrow loads out, and my stables still look a mess. I'm just going to turn the electric fence off, because I don't know if Iki's realised that's on. And Iki's don't like electric fences, do you, darling? No, Mum. Tia is just wandering up as well. So, hiya, T. Hiya. So, yeah, I'm just going to get this all ready. Just going to get her all ready. I'm just going to have to stop this just for a minute, because somebody's come over and wants to talk to me. So I'll have to press record again in a minute and join them up. So, stay. Hi, welcome back to the Happy Hacker with Ambition. Just had to speak to somebody. Then I've just nipped into the stables just to check something. That's what they were asking about. And here we are again. So I'm just going to put you back in my pocket securely, because I'm going to take you with me if I do a little bit of riding and just see how that works. Oh, Tia, you couldn't get any closer, could you? I'll take a picture and put it up. She's like right beside Iki. Iki's a little bit damp on her legs, so I'm going to leave her. I'm going to just pick her legs out. She looks a bit damp. Did she get wet? Yeah, I did. Did you get wet, darling girl? Yeah, I did. Yeah. So Iki has a Premier Equine 0 rate on. Tia has, I think it's a shine. Actually, it's one of Laura's older rugs. I'm not going to make you cold, Iki. I'm going to leave that on whilst I'm doing that. Yeah, Tia had a Premier Equine 0 high neck that I bought originally for Indy. But it kind of, there you go, good girl, just pick your feet up, yuck. But it, oh, that's not nice, is it? No. But it kind of wore in its mane slightly weirdly, which is obviously why one of those high neck ones. Back you go. Go on, back you go. No, Tia, I'm actually talking to you. Good girl, Iki, you stay there. Bless her, Eek's moved so that Tia doesn't have to. Keep legs straight. Don't worry. Ever since I've had Eek, when you ask her to pick her back legs up, she picks her legs up so high, as if it's like she's dramatises it. There you go. Oh, God, legs are, thank goodness for over trousers. So, yeah, I forgot what I was saying actually. Oh yeah, it's a Lander Tia's rug, and that actually spent one winter outside covering up the hay part, and it's completely waterproof. It's absolutely amazing rug. I can't believe it, considering we abused it so much. Gosh, I'm gonna have to clean my saddle again when I get it home. Iki is lovely and clean under her rug. So quick tidy up there. She's got one part of her mane that just goes on the wrong side, and it just oh, it's a bit awkward. And actually her mane has grown quite a lot. She is narrow, but I do keep her mane shorter. I'm not a great lover of these long flowing Araby manes. I can't think of anything worse. She did have a long mane when I first got her, and I pulled it, I trimmed it down, and it looked spectacular. That was a few years ago now. You all right, darling? You give me a funny face. So I've just put her saddle cloth on underneath. I was saying about Sam Jameson, so yeah, I need her to check Ika's saddle and Indy's saddle, or both of Indy's saddles, because her dressage and her GP that I jump in, and see how that goes. That looks... Something about Ika's saddle, I always look at it and go, is that straight? I don't know. It always looks like it's just slightly squiffy. But I have to then remember I can't see a straight line if you paid me. And when you're adjusting the saddle as well, when you're putting it on, you can always pull it slightly squiffy. Now Sam always uses the second and third, or the second and fourth girth straps, billets, excuse me, and it seems to be now the way of thinking for pulling it. So unless you need it on a horse, to use the main one. But I'm still of the old school and still quite like to use the first one, because Ike has got, like all Arabs, she has different girthing groove, really, that is quite forward. So she's got a shaped, I'm really lucky actually, because I bought this from Laura. She's got a shaped lemur girth, which, you know, you can separate the buckles nice and neatly. So that's what you're looking for. You don't want a girth that you can't do that to. It can affect pressures on the horse's back, so you want that. I'll just tighten that up. Eagle's looking at me going, that's very tight. Just get that out of your... Oh, bless her, she's got wet face. And she's molting. Wow. You're molting, my lovely. Well, it's because the day's getting longer, Mum. It's not because it's getting warmer. So, I've got that. So now I'm just going to get myself ready. Get my hat. I've got this lovely hat bag. I used to use the Charles Owen bag that you get when you buy a new hat, and I'd been putting it in there, but I kept damaging the skull cap cover, so I was pulling it in and out and bending it, and obviously Laura just looks at me and thinks I'm a hoodlum, because she kept going, that is just so bad. Right, I just want to make sure I haven't got any of the wrong things in my pocket. That's what upsets me. I've got lots of bits of treats and things, and peppermints. Peppermints are great, aren't they? No sugar peppermints. Right, and I'm now going to take my wonderful waterproof over trousers off and just step into my riding boots, which honestly, these poor boots, I've had them for about a year, maybe two, actually it's probably 2 years now, and I love my brown boots, which I use for every day, and I keep my black ones that are the same make, same size and style for competing. But every day I'm going to wear these boots. I'm going to buy another pair of them as well. They have my Ariat boots I had for 6 years, and it was only because I couldn't get them up to, because I used them every day, I couldn't actually get them smart enough. I remember Michelle rolling her eyes when she said to me, are you going to wear those boots? And I went, yeah. The only boots I had was my Ariats, and she just looked at me and went, you're doing a county show and you're wearing those boots? And I thought, yeah. So because I couldn't afford, and I went to try and get them, but I'd always have bought Ariat because they last, but unfortunately they've changed how they've made their boots and their sizings, and they're either too big or too small, and that's really frustrating. So I went with these ones, which are Mark Todd's, and really quite impressed with them because I absolutely abuse them. You know, I paddle through the river when we ride down to the river in these, and yeah, I do waterproof them. Good girl, yeah, he's a good girl. Just putting the bridle on, just doing that now. Good girl, good girl, Kiki. Kiki will try and walk off now. No, you don't. But I always use the neck strap, so I've got her. And then she looks at me and she goes, I can't possibly open my mouth to take that bit. So, she's always been like this. And what I used to do was just wait for her to open my mouth. And oh gosh, I've got my microphone lead in the way. You can't have that yet. So what I do now is I use peppermint. She takes the peppermint and then she opens her mouth. No, you can't do that, you tinker. Come on. Come on. Alright, I agree with you actually, that was a mess. Yes, that means I get another one. That is very cheeky. But I think at 21, they know their way around what they're going to do. Come on, don't bite me. Come on. Come on, open. Oh, come on. Come on. Take the bridle. There we go. It's not generally that bad. Obviously, bally's, but I've only got it. I've only got to zapped myself. Right, can you just, can you step back? Back. You know what? I say that to Indy, she immediately steps back. I only have to go back, and that little pony does that. Eek is, yes, she can be a little bit stubborn. She's giving me that look that says, I don't care what you think, Mum, or what you do. I'm not really bothered. Okay. Oh, she's not moving at all. She's not helping me in the slightest. I'm having to squeeze past her face to get her bridle done up. So I've now put the noseband on, I've done the throat latch, which is slightly loose on Iki, but everything else fits nicely. Checking her girth again, and can you? Tia's also inspecting my work. Eek's being an idiot with her ears back. Obviously not keen about going anywhere. Checking the saddle again. Now I'm going to check that it looks even. Can you get out of the way? That's Tia right in my face. Eek's looking at Indy's looking at me going, I would be so well behaved. Checking down there that it looks right. It's the right width. I'm just going to do the girth up. Oops, one more hole. And then stretch her legs. And we're actually off. I need to get my gloves. Put the reins over her. I've put my stirrups down already. Come on. Oh, you're not keen, are you? No. Oh, Mum, it's really hard work, this riding. You can hear that little bit of mud there. And that is, we're very lucky. We haven't had rain. We only had 5 days of rain in Norfolk through January. And then we've had the rain it was overnight and this morning. And the girls spent quite a lot of time in their stable area. So that was fun, mucking that out this morning. Oh gosh, I'm not doing very well here. Put it up like that. I have to put it up because Tia will just come through through the electric fencing. So I'm going to go into the school. So we have a mounting block that we always use and get on with. There was now what was it? Was it on the Horse and Hound that I was listening to? I love the Horse and Hound podcast. I have to tell you, I absolutely adore it. Listen to it. It's part of my Friday regime is to listen to the Horse and Hound podcast whilst I'm mucking out, and I really enjoy it. And they do this special feature on also they do a little feature, and they've done it on starting horses, on rider fitness, and that's what they're doing at the moment. And they had one about getting on from the ground and saying how important it is that you can do that. And I totally agree, but also, oh hello, we're off. Good girlie. Oh, backs up. This is going to be a fun ride. Okay, little girlie. Well, I don't know what that is. Right, I feel like we are on edge. She is. Right, she's got her head up in the air like a llama. This is my dressage horse. Yeah, and so what I'm saying is, yes, you do need to be able to get on from the ground, because if you fall off or you're out hacking and you have to retrieve something or do something, you need to be able to do that. Gosh, I'm just looking, and we've got a part, it's not a public footpath, but what it is a path, you know, one of these old ancient paths that a lot of people have gone into, and people walk along it, and somebody's put a dog poo bag, I can't believe that, a dog poo bag in the hedge, just hanging it there. I mean, it's a black one as well, it's not even a green one. Good girl, good girl. Round you go. So what I'm doing, because she's like not really listening to me, I'm just walking her around the barrels at the moment in the wrong way, and now she's beginning to get onto my legs, and now I can put my legs on. Yeah, so as what I was saying about being able to get on and everything, it's very important. Oh, it's a heron. Wow. It is very, very important that you can do that, and you have to be fit enough to be able to do it. Good girl, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, listen to this leg now. So you need to be able to do that. But if you are a saddle fitter or if you were a physio, you'd sit there going, oh, it builds the horse up on one side. And I remember my very first horse, when I had Joey have his very first saddle. We are having spooky dookies here. Had his saddle checked from when I was going to buy my very first new saddle, which they had made from Allen and Page. And she came down and she looked at me and she went, She went, Steph? And I went, yeah. She went, do you get on from the ground? I went, yes, I do. Thinking that she was going to go, oh, well done you. She went, so look. And she showed me the difference that Joey had built up on one side. Now, Joey was a young horse when I bought him. He was, I bought him as a ledge 7. He was actually only 3. There, buyer beware. Didn't know what I was doing. But I'm very glad that I did. And I had a really excellent old-fashioned vet that helped me with him. And just was just, oh, are we going? Going to do a bit of, yeah, oh, look at that, on the bit. Woohoo. Don't worry about it, just don't worry. So what Eek does to evade me is she moves her head about quite a bit. You can hear her. She wiggles, oh, keep feet together, come on. She wiggles. So we're going down the centre line at the moment towards there. I came in to see. I'm now going to sit and change the rein. Laura's getting much happier with the way I'm changing my diagonal. So it's only taken me 30 years, but I think I'm nearly there with my diagonal. And we're getting there. Yeah, so she showed me the difference. And I said, but I didn't realise that. And also she showed me the difference in the length of my stirrup that has made me getting on from the ground. So from that day, I changed my way of thinking. And I changed, gone forward, good girlie. And what I'm doing now is changing the rein again. So keeping it interesting so Eek has to think about, I'm actually on the wrong diagonal now. Woohoo! That was only Tia snorting. Yeah, so I changed how I used to get on. I used to have a little mountain block. We always do that here, but we all practice getting on and off as well. But it is worth remembering. Woohoo, don't pull away. Change it. I'm going to change diagonal again. So what I'm doing is big figures of 8s and just means that she doesn't know where she's going to go, and I'm going to take her over a trotting path now, which I know she's going to try and evade, but I'm going straight over it, and she's going to go over. Oh, come on. How old are you? I'm 22. You're 21 still. Good girl. 22 this year. Good girl. She did try and evade, but she did go round it. So now what I'm going to do, oh gosh, it does make you feel better to ride your pony, doesn't it? Now I'm going to just go round the jigsaw puzzle pieces. She is so much lighter in my hands. I do wear a rider in a Happy Mouse gag that is actually Laura's, and well, one of Laura's many bits that I've used and abused. Come on, you shouldn't be looking at that, Crow. Come on, do this bit again. So now what I'm doing is figure of 8 around the barrels, but we're doing it very nicely. So I've done that. I'm going to sit for 2, 1, in fact sit for 1, change the diagonal, push around, keep her around my leg, and push her up to the other one. So hey, here we go. Now we're going to go around the barrel, because we're going to do this all with a new group. Now we're going to have a little canter back. Good girl. And then I'm going to do the one hand stop, raise the rein, and she stops. Okay, let's do a little bit more. So I'm not going to do very much because, oh, she's keen. I'm keen, I love this. She does love her barrel racing. She's quite keen to pull into it, so I've got to remember I've got to open my arm up round and wide. Good girl. Then over it up. Open the inside rein up right round to the wire. Canter up to the last one. Good girl. Sit round, sit down, and canter. And her canters are getting so much better. Good girl. And then pull it to stop, just gently. So I stand up. So what I have got into the habit of doing is flapping my hands around. Now I'm going to do a little bit of other work now. Good girl. She's on the bit. She's lying in my hand. And it's a pleasure to ride her. Now she's good girl. Obviously I've edited this down a bit because you don't want to hear me schooling away all the time, do you? But this makes you feel so much better. Oh my lordy, doesn't it? Right, get off the inside rein. That's it, bend. So, inside rein when you're going, when you're schooling, the inside rein controls the balance, the outside rein controls the speed, but actually, if you actually think about it, the seat controls the speed. So if I go hey up and I rise a bit more, Iki gets quicker. If I slow my rising, Iki gets slower. It's amazing. But just to be able to do that without pulling on your reins, it comes with practice. And I'm just getting better at doing it, and I can't believe it, how many years have I been riding. So what I've done is A up, A. She's listening. Good girl. Changed it. Now she's going to try and canter off again now. She loves it. What I'm actually going to do is push the trot, so it's a bigger trot. So I'll increase the riding. As I come down to H, I'm slowing it, steadying it, making it shorter. Good girl. I'm going to go up to M. Oh, we're going to slip over. Good girl. If it does slip a bit. And I'm going to push it again out, up that way. 2, 1, 2. And I'm going to start at F, steadying her back. Good girl. Oh my, this is fun. And then what I'm actually going to do is sit now and ask for canter. Got the right leg, keeping my hands still. I'm sitting up bring it down. There, got it back to a trot. Good girl. Between C and M, I'm going to sit in the lateral canter. She's cantering. She's got her head in the air like a llama, but my hand's down. And good girl. And steady. So I've done that way. I'm now going to take her down the centre line, and I'm going to canter her on the other rein. Now Iki, you can hear it. Iki's always like this, they call her the snorting dragon. But I think Laura's discovered that Bally is the same. So Tia is in the stable block, stuffing her face, but that's fine. So I'm at C, and I'm going to do a nice trot from H. I'm going to trot. So I've got a back, usual, and trot. I'm on the wrong diagonal, and I'm right. Sat for one beat. Between K and A, and sit. And then between A and F, I'm going to ask for a canter. She's got the right leg, which is awesome. Good girl. Well done. Whoa, 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 whoa. But the head's in the air, which is a bit naughty. So I'm going to go again between C and H. I'm going to go, we can do it from walk. Canter. Good girl. Beautiful. Correct leg. And then I'm going to bring her back to trot, which is what she's just done. Good girl. And now I'm going to walk her off because I'm really pleased with that. I'm happy with that because a lot of Iki's problems with striking off on the wrong leg are down to me being too tight in my hips. So I've been doing some work on that. Just doing some simple exercises. As I said, in the Horse and Hound, they've got this, it's Aventus Fitness, which you can find on Facebook, but definitely recommend downloading and listening to the Horse and Hound podcast. It is one of my favourite podcasts, apart of course from my own, which I shouldn't really say. But, oh, we're stopping. No, we're going to walk a bit further. That's it. You can walk a bit further. You don't decide when you stop. So I've just let her have a nice long rein. She's got her ears back. She's not happy. And that's basically all you need to do. You just need to do a little bit every day. And that not only helps you, it helps your horse. So I've now come across it, and I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop on the centre line. Well, actually, nearly sounds. So, let me just get off. That's the bit that my hips always give me, like I go, oh, tightness in my hip. That's why I've been working on it. It can affect everything, your stability in your saddle, everything. So, obviously, thank you, Iki, being a lady of a certain age. Actually, I don't think it matters on your age. I just think it matters that you keep yourself flexible, you keep yourself fit. Good girlie, yeah, you good girl. Yeah, I am. Give some. Yeah, good girl. There's your Minty. You can't not adore her, can you? Come on, Gorge. Anyway, it's meant, so that's us done for today, and then I will have a lesson later with Laura on Indy, which should bring me back to normal. This is meant to be my lunch break because I am working. I sent out a load of emails. I've done some drawings, some ideas. Because I think the only thing I can say to you about my exciting project is it's all to do with farewell ponies, and the exciting news that there is going to be Farewell the movie, which is going, well, Farewell the movie, going to be Merry Legs the movie, and it's all about Merry Legs the pony and what Merry Legs gets up to. It's all live action, so there is a pony. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. Look out for exciting things like Merry Legs will be telling you how his training's going for the film and whether or not he likes training. Merry Legs is also going to be updating you with how work on the movie is going. Not started yet. It's still all very exciting, but the people that are producing it are just very excited about the whole thing. And you know, I didn't realise, but Thelway ponies are 100 years old in 2023. And there you go, gorgeous. Just put your head down. Oh, thanks, Mum. What I'm very pleased to say is, just poked you in the eye, not that, was that my little pony has mouthed up on both sides, which means that definitely her teeth are okay, and that my hands have improved. Just kiss the pony. So I'm really chuffed with that. What I'm going to do now is just, that's me undoing the security on the saddle pad. It's just loosen it off gently, the saddle. Leave it on her for a little minute, just so that you let the muscles cool down as well. Then I'm going to give her a really good brush. Take it off here. And yeah, give her a really good brush. She deserves it. She's such a good girl. Knowing it, she'd probably prefer to go and... Now I'm taking the saddle off, because by the time I've loosened it off on that one, I'm just going to hang the bridle up here. Don't knock that off, because it's an expensive bridle. Yeah. So, I've just dropped the girth in the mud. It's amazing, isn't it? I can't believe that people don't clean their tack, and I've got really lazy. I tend to go, I'm going to riding today, so better clean my tack. Whereas before I used to always clean it as soon as I got back from riding my horse. I don't have leather saddles, I have Wintex saddles. There's a lot of sniffiness about a Wintex saddle, but if it's fitted to your horse correctly, I don't see why not. And also for me, I've gone for weight, because I think their lightweight leather saddle is very heavy. My saddle's going to fall off that. I'm just going to go and move my saddle, I think. Don't want it to fall in the mud again. That would be tragedy, and I certainly don't want my little girth to fall in the mud. So I'm just going to go and pop it over here. Oh, going under the electric fencing, get my pom-pom on my riding hat. Start. Hello, lovely Bally. Bally loves to work. She gets very jealous if somebody else is riding if she's not. But as I said, I haven't done anything with that. Yeah. So I'm just going to let her. Gosh, she's not even sweaty. That's good. Good. I'm going to have to give her a quick wash over tomorrow. There you are, lovely, and well done, baby girl. Where's your brush gone? Well, I tell you what I do need. I need to check her teeth, because they're obviously on to... Yeah, I thought so. So with Eek, what I have to do is when she's on the shorter grass, yeah, come on, she gets the grass stuck. She hates it. No, I'm not going to let go. Oh, Eeky, you're so naughty. I'm not naughty. She gets grass stuck between her teeth. So what my dentist, Karen Massingham, said, my equine dentist that is, qualified, only use a qualified equine dentist. You can find them online, and it's the British Equine Dental Association. You can find that if they're qualified. Do not use anybody if they're not. Good girl. Wow, she's not even... Well, I think I did more work out, and she's looking not too bad. When I away take them for their worming, I was mortified that they had put a little bit of weight on, so I actually took them down and lowered, stopped, cut back to what I was feeding. I think I'm a bit of a feeder, and they were saying on the Horse and Hound podcast, yet another little plug for the Horse and Hound podcast, that they were doing the showing community yet again, doing this project for the best conditions. So not in a showing as it has been deemed, because a lot of showing condition generally has always been seen to be overweight horses. But what this, it's a little bit short on you. Let's just pull it back a bit. Oh, that's all right. So what I'm doing at the moment is putting a 50 gram, can you just move, sweetie? 50 gram liner on each zero rug, because it's meant to drop to -3 tonight. And the fact they can get in, can you just move, dear? No, I can't move. Will help. It will insulate it. I found that I had her in a 200 gram underneath, but obviously that was keeping her way too warm. And E.T. is very hardy, and she just felt hot. So stupid me. Yeah. So they were saying about this showing thing. Well, as I said, I worked with World Horse Welfare on the original Right Weight, which is all about weight of horses, and they said that people were, we took it to the showing with Dodson and Horrell. Dodson and Horrell were our supporters, and the feed company. They were really interesting because they'd done so much research with Dr. Teresa Hollands about feeding, and they still only do this. They only recommend feeding your horse down to what work it's doing. They will only recommend a feed like that. They won't tell you need to feed so and so because you're doing this. They'll say, well, what are you doing, and how, get you to fill in a whole questionnaire about it. It was really interesting. So we have tried this with the Showing World before, and if you search, it was search for Star, I think we Star or something like that we called it, and we went all over the countryside doing shows, talking to people, and Dodson Horrell were really supportive to the whole project, and that's Teresa Hollands. She's Dr. Teresa Hollands. She was working for Dodson Horrell at that stage. She's now at Sussex University, and she does all sorts of research and stuff. She's amazing, really interesting person to follow. And the project, it did take off the right way. And I know World Horse Welfare are obviously, they've kept that project going, and I'm sure that they will be updating you with new information, because obviously more and more people have got interested in weight, and more people are doing research. So it's, you have to keep updating these things. But if you want something, there you go, Gorge. If you're interested in it, there you go. Sure, is that it? That's it. Good girl. Well done, you. So what I've done now is groomed her all down, changed the rug, not put the neck piece on properly. Just coming back to do that now. Good job, I checked that. And given her a little sugar-free peppermint, sugar-free polo to say thank you. Oh, just wipe her mouth. So I've cleaned her teeth, wiped her mouth. Thanked her very much. Good girl. Good girl. Certainly made my day a lot happier. I feel a lot more chilled out with the situation that I've had, and I can now go back and try and be a bit more creative with the ponies. Is that well, ponies? I'm just going to put the electric fence back on because I don't want Indy and Pixie escaping. Indy's looking at me going, I'm riding you this evening. She's looking like I don't care. She does care. She misses it. She loves working. Yes, baby girl. Yes, yes, you're looking good. Yeah, okay. So I'm really pleased, really pleased. I've got to remember to bring some shavings back down now because I've left the shavings fork in there and I need another bag of shavings in Indy's stable. I'm going to pick everything else up, take my hat off and go and come up with some ideas for this exciting project. I'm only working on it on a short-term basis. I'm only doing 4 weeks because there is, there's so much else going on at the moment. But I feel really privileged that they've asked me to do that. And when I know what I can share, I think you'll be seeing a bit of Merry Legs over on the run up to Valentine's Day. And I just think it'll be quite an exciting little project to be part of. I feel very honoured and lucky to be involved with it, and I think you'll see an awful lot more about the amazing Norman Thelwell, who he has a way of capturing, if you look back over your cartoons that he's drawn, how you feel about your horse. He really understood horses. But he's such an interesting character. There's so much more that we can learn from him. But anyway, I am the Happy Hacker. My ambition this weekend is to get my barrel racing credentials, see how we go with our barrel racing indoor at a different venue, and see how that goes. Get my first application for my first dressage competition out of the way, I hope. If I can fit it in with all the other things that I have to do at the moment, that's what I want to do, get Indy out. Also, oh yeah, I got it wrong about the farrier. He thinks I'm an idiot. I think he thought I was an idiot anyway, but he really thinks I'm an idiot now, because I went, when you come to do Indy, can we please put gel in it on Tuesday? And he went, well, I don't have any with me at the moment, but Steph, it's next week. So felt really stupid, really stupid. Yeah, I don't know how you recover from that. Yeah, I felt really stupid. Yeah. So he is due to come Tuesday coming, because it's Friday, at 8 o'clock. So one, I can't be late coming down, so I have to work something out about how somebody else does something for my mum. Don't know what's going to happen there. And we'll take it from there. But as I said, really looking forward to it. It's good to have something to aim for. Nice to be out on Iki again. Has made me feel a whole lot better. I am the Happy Hacker with loads of ambition. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, share and comment, and let me know how you're doing with your rider fitness and how you're doing with your horses fitness, whether you've got any competitions planned. Are you having a go at barrel racing? Come on, let me know what you're up to. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks very much.